देव सांगे रे विष्णूच्या संगे, शक्तिवान आम्ही भगवती
ब्रह्मदेव सांगे रे विष्णूच्या संगे, शक्तिवान आम्ही भगवती संगे.
श्री दत्त गुरु नाम घेता दत्त गुरु नाम घेतात अनाहती आलो.
चैतन्याच्या संगे आम्ही अमृतात झालो, आम्ही अमृतात झालो. आम्ही माताजींच्या चरणाशी आलो, आम्ही माताजींच्या चरणाशी आलो. चैतन्याच्या संगे आम्ही अमृतात झालो, आम्ही अमृतात झालो. आम्ही माताजींच्या चरणाशी आलो.
शिवशक्ती राम सीता भक्त हनुमंत, मातेच्या या ध्यानी आम्ही शोभिवंत.
चैतन्याच्या संगे आम्ही अमृतात झालो, आम्ही अमृतात झालो. आम्ही माताजींच्या चरणाशी आलो, आम्ही माताजींच्या चरणाशी आलो. चैतन्याच्या संगे आम्ही अमृतात झालो, आम्ही अमृतात झालो. आम्ही माताजींच्या चरणाशी आलो. कृष्ण राधा येशू मेरी आम्हा सांगे, कृष्ण राधा येशू मेरी आम्हा सांगे. नाम घ्या निर्मल आम्ही तुम्हा संगे.
कृष्ण राधा येशू मेरी आम्हा सांगे, नाम घ्या निर्मल आम्ही तुम्हा संगे.
शरण त्याच्या न जाता तुझ्या भेटी आलो. चैतन्याच्या संगे आम्ही अमृतात झालो, आम्ही अमृतात झालो. आम्ही माताजींच्या चरणाशी आलो, आम्ही माताजींच्या चरणाशी आलो. चैतन्याच्या संगे आम्ही अमृतात झालो, आम्ही अमृतात झालो. आम्ही माताजींच्या चरणाशी आलो, आम्ही माताजींच्या चरणाशी आलो.
आत्मशिव ज्योती दिसे तुझ्या द्वारी, आत्मशिव ज्योती दिसे तुझ्या द्वारी. चैतन्याचे तेज अंतरी बाहेरी, आत्मशिव ज्योती दिसे तुझ्या द्वारी.
चैतन्याचे तेज अंतरी बाहेरी.
सहस्र तुझे दिमाते, सहस्र तुझे दिमाते स्वरूपी मिळालो.
चैतन्याच्या संगे आम्ही अमृतात झालो, आम्ही अमृतात झालो. आम्ही माताजींच्या चरणाशी आलो, आम्ही माताजींच्या
क्या बात है.
Hello everyone again. After 2 weeks again we all are here. Good evening and good morning wherever you all are. Jai Shri Mataji. Thank you so much for waiting. I was waiting for everyone to join to the program. And our guests are also here. And again, I'm so excited. We all are so excited to introduce two brothers, two great musicians. They are so young, very young Sahajogis, and they will be joining to our program, Nirmal and Rishi. If you remember, Nirmal joined to our program this year in April, and he's a flute player, which is actually Bansuri, Indian classical flute player, and also he plays the Persian sitar, daf, and oud. And his brother Rishi also plays santur and another musical instrument is which is a tabla. He's a tabla player, and also he is Indian classical singer. And two brothers are going to join us today from Seattle, and I would like to welcome to both brothers to our program, Nirmal, Rishi. Hello.
Hello everybody.
I love you.
Shimatri and good evening.
So nice to see you, both of you. I think my voice is getting echoed. Your instrument.
Let me see if I can. All right. Try speaking now. Let's see.
I think it's okay right now.
Okay.
No, I think again I hear my voice.
Oh, okay. Wait. I might need to.
It's better now, Shanab.
They hear your voice is echoing from you.
Oh, okay.
It's my voice.
Let me see.
Where is it?
I might be able to do a different setup, but it might take me a minute or so. We can do that.
I think it shows us now. I will hand over to you both. Then I will stop talking.
That also works.
Yes, it
So
will.
I'll have Rishi say a few words while I get some of the extra audio set up, and then hopefully by the time that Rishi is done, we can properly have a conversation.
Yes, we are looking forward to that. Please don't worry about it. And because now, as we start first meditation, I always like to hand over to our guest yogis. Now your turn. So I will stop over here, and so I will give it to you, and I will hand over to Rishi right now. Thank you, and thank you so much for joining the program. We are so excited. Yeah, thank you.
This evening we are feeling so much of joy in our hearts, and our hearts are dancing. It's such a joyful state today already. And today I kind of feel like a child because right now I'm super excited to share one rag with you, one Indian raga, which is called Bhairavi. And Bhairavi is kind of, it's worshipped almost within our Indian classical music, and every single performance that we have of Indian classical music ends with this rag to pay tribute to what we call the queen of rags, that is Bhairavi. And so it's almost like sharing our mother with you. And so it's so joyous for that the children of this music can offer such an offering to their mother. And yeah, I really hope that you enjoy this Bhairavi that we'll be offering. We were told to play 3 pieces, and maybe those 3 pieces will all be shades of Bhairavi, who knows. Right now we are in the Pacific Northwest, and the sun has just set, and there was so many colors in the sky. Now they have all faded away, but those colors are still there in my memory. And those colors reminded me of this rag, so we're going to play that today. But first, let us get into the state of meditation. Sit down in a comfortable place. It doesn't even matter where you are. Today you just have to prepare the sanctum of your inner self that is sacred. Bring your attention to that. Sit down wherever you are and close your eyes. And open your hands to the power of creation that is all around you. We can take a few moments to set ourselves, our spirits, and our attention in this sacred space within ourselves, where all love, all peace, and all the depths of our being lies. We can sit in silence for a few moments before starting the meditation. Just as a snake sheds its skin, let all the thoughts from the past or the future fade away. And establish your existence in this moment. In this moment, that is the state of the present, the state of meditation. We can now raise our energy and protect ourselves with the bandhan. Before human beings were, the Mother Earth was. So with immense gratitude, we can place both of our hands towards the Mother Earth, towards the ground that supports us. And here we can pray within our hearts, addressing the Mother Earth directly. Mother, thank you for providing a seat for me in my meditation. Just as your trees give shade to all life, may we become the tree and give shade through our spiritual ascent to all others. We can now witness and feel this prayer within the depths of our heart. We can bring our right hand back on our lap and raise our left hand to face the ether. the sky that cools down the earth. This is how we clear the heat from all of our overthinking, our overplanning, our thoughts of the future. Let the winds cool them down. To awaken the coolness of the mountains within ourselves and within these vibrations, we can call upon the name of the mountain range, Sri Himalaya. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Himalaya Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. O mountain ranges of all lands, please cool down my being. So that my existence may be cool as the moonlight and soothe others. We can return the left hands to our lap. And we can take our right hand of action and place it on our throat. And here, within, we can take this affirmation 16 times. Mother, the whole world is my family. The whole world is my family.
Jana had Nirmal.
And just witness as your heart opens up so that it can contain all of humanity within it. We can raise our right hand in our attention to our forehead, where the narrow gates of the Sahasrara is shining. Here, our spirit meets with our own ego and our superego, and enlightens them, forgives them. It is at this center in Sahaja that when it is blocked, we feel to recite the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. And from there our right hand and our attention raises to the last chakra, the summit point, where all of our good qualities, all of our dharma, all of the qualities that lead to the spirit, the joy, the bliss, and the awareness, they all meet here, and they all flow from this point. We can massage and rotate it 7 times. The swan's bone. And with all of our desire, we can invite our spirits and our Mother Kundalini, who takes care of us, to this point where they belong. Nirmal and Rishi will now recite the last of what we call the three great mantras. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrar Swamini Moksha Pradayani Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. We can bring our hand down, but the attention stays raised onto the crown that coronates our head, that anoints our existence with the mark of sacredness. We can sit in silence for a few moments. And feel the depths of our own goodness, the sacredness that lies inside. If any thought comes, just say within, with your inner voice, peace, peace, peace. From this point flows the melody of Rag Bhairavi, which will be played through our instruments. Indian classical music is a music where you become the instrument, and playing it always reminds you that you are a medium between heaven and earth. Rag Bhairavi. With all this love, this peace, and this joy gathered within our hearts, added to the light of our spirit, enlightening our attention, we can bring our hands together in Namaskar, that we will stay centered and remind ourselves that it is this inner life for which we live within this outer life, that this connection forms the basis of all connections. Thank you, Mother Kundalini, for this meditation. We can raise our energy and protect ourselves with a bandhan. Jai Niranand, Jai Paramanand.
Shmataji, it was so wonderful, Rishi and Nirmal. So beautiful meditation, so peaceful meditation. And when you finished the raga, and so I felt not to, I felt really continued. I wish you could continue more. I really wanted to continue for my meditation.
It
was
does continue. We can continue.
Yeah. We can,
With your-
what we played was just the first section of of exploring the rag. So it was just the alap that we call, where we just
He was presenting Rag Bhairavi before you.
Uh-huh.
And so in this section of the music, we were bringing to you an image of Bhairavi, and we were telling you about all of her glories, all the things that she creates for us, all the joy, all the beauty musically that she creates, and how she lives within you. And so now maybe we can play a little bit of a composition.
Definitely, yeah. So, I just want to say one more thing. During the meditation, the way you lead the meditation, it was so wonderful. And you said, the whole world is my family. And I really felt it in my heart when you said, and you asked us to repeat. And when I was keep repeating, and I saw myself, my smile, my smile, size of my smile was growing and growing. It was so wonderful. I really felt the compassion in my heart more. And the love of divine, that I really felt it, like my heart was opening and opening. And so it was so wonderful. In that moment, of course, I start to feel more vibrations. And again, one more thing that you said, when your spirit is touching your ego and superego, that was so wonderful. I never heard it before this.
I've never heard it before either.
So, you know,
It's just something that came in the moment.
so you heard it from yourself first
Yeah.
with us.
It's the first time I've ever heard it.
That's wonderful. That is spontaneous. That is the Sahaj, right?
It's so sad. It's true.
That's wonderful. I love it. Yeah, it's so wonderful. And then I really feel so much vibration still. All my body on my sasrara. It's so beautiful. And let's ask for everyone. How did everyone feel during the meditation?
Jai Shri Mataji, this is Sandeep Joshi, and what a wonderful meditation session, and the beautiful raga you played. And I relate to what Shania said about your one line you said about the whole world is our family. The reason I felt that more strongly because I was watching, I think, a YouTube video of the first landing on moon earlier today with Buzz Aldrin showing how they landed. It felt so lifeless. And when you said that line, it suddenly made me compare that we actually true. That's so true that on this planet we are a family because our Mother Earth protects us, and we all have lives within us. And it felt suddenly very good when you said that. And second, when you sang the Maha Mantra, it was so melodious that I tried to follow it. I'm not a good singer, but it was so melodious. So thank you again, Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji.
So nice. So Rishi, you need to teach us how to sing the great mantra in proper way. That's what
I have
agree
a
with
video.
Sam.
I can send to everyone. I have a video of it.
Okay.
Yeah, teaching the Maha Mantras. Yeah,
Okay, wonderful. And it is
I can
from
send
your
that to
voice?
you.
Yes, please.
Yes.
It is from your voice, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. I took. We had an online seminar
Uh-huh.
that we did, and I was blessed to lead a music workshop. And so then when I was brought the question, like, what are you going to teach for this workshop? I said that, in Sahaja Yoga, one of the first things, you learn, one of the first pieces of music that you learn is the three Maha Mantras. And so for that day, we sat and we went through every single word, every single line, what it means, and musically how it touches your all of your chakras. So yeah, that would be an amazing session to send.
I'm
It's
sure.
a beautiful.
Please send it to us whenever you can, and I will share with everyone, whoever wants to have it. Definitely.
Of course.
Thank you, Rishi. And is there anyone who would like to speak with Rishi at Nirmal? I see the messages. So let's read all of them. Yes, Anju Didi says, speechless. Very, very blissful meditation. Preeti says, so beautiful. Tristanio says, thank you, my brother. So beautiful. Jai Shri Mataji. Sahaja says, it was a beautiful and deep meditation. Thank you so much, Nair. Nair is their last name. Sahaja. Yeah.
Nice.
Nair brothers. Oh, sorry for my reading. Yeah, I have a glasses, still I can't read. Sorry about that. Thank you so much, Nair brothers. The musical rendition was very deep and joy-giving. Preeti says, absolute divine, very blissful meditation. Shruti says, thank you for the lovely session. So that's all. These are all for you.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, for a musician, it's the ultimate when someone feels what you are feeling when you're playing music. That's the state that we want to achieve. And it's the state that we want to convey to you. And so to hear all of this is just, it's a blessing,
Yes, it is. It is. I mean, of course, for us, when you are playing, of course, we feel that bliss and the joy and that serenity within us. And but I don't know, when you both are playing, I don't know what state you are in. That must be different than us.
Well, we go into meditation the same same as you.
Yeah,
but for us, these in our practice, one very strong component of it is becoming completely unified. These rags, they exist to us as deities or divine manifestations of qualities of this universe, really. And when we play the music, we try to get into a state where we completely identify with that, and we try to unlock that quality within us. Like, as you might be knowing, most of this Indian classical music is based off of the subtle system and the chakras, and all of them have manifestations within us very deeply. And all of that is a reflection of a greater, chakra, a greater subtle system that exists in this world. And so when we go into this music, we try to take it with the quality of connecting ourselves with that great quality that exists, the primordial qualities that exist in the music and in our subtle system. So
we're basically worshiping that quality within us. And so the idea is that when you hear Rag Bhairavi, you feel the love of your mother. And you're reminded of that, and that just fills your heart and your existence with that, and you become motherly yourself.
Yes.
That's that's the quality that you want to have while playing Rag Bhairavi. You can't play it any other way.
Wow. Wow, beautiful explanation. So that is actually I meant it because when you play any instrument, like of course this Indian classical music, which is actually you all are exposing to yourself to God Almighty. But when as a listener, of course we feel it, but you are touching for each chakra with each note. that each note represents one chakra, right? As you said, it is integrating. But when you play, when you touch for each note, I don't know how much you feel that absolute connection with yourself for each chakras of the quality and the connecting with the divine. It must be wonderful. And I think that gives you so much joy. I feel both of your face. And you are so joyful, so compassionate. I can tell from your face, from your eyes, by smile, and the joy of divine. I think each time when you are playing the instruments, and I think that you are touching that divinity each time. I feel it's wonderful. It's a big blessing. And I know, Nirmal, at the beginning of the very first program in April, when we had a program with you, you said that you wanted to explore all the instruments, that you wanted to integrate to each instrument, that you can express yourself with the same notes but a different tone, right?
Yeah.
So that is actually brings us to Sahaja, that integrates for each culture, each nature, nationality, and the religion, and makes us one. And as today Rishi said, and a whole family, a whole world is my family. I think that you are able to do this connection with your music. Right? I know at the beginning I announced that you both are playing so many instruments. I think that is that brings you both, that you want to express yourself with a different instrument, but in the same part, like same integration, just only to feel everyone, to yourself and to all of us, to feel that oneness. And express yourself with this instrument, with this all kind of instruments, to feel the oneness. So that is wonderful. It's blessing for all of you, and it's blessing for all of us to meet you and to listen you.
Blessing both ways.
It is very humble.
It's the most beautiful interaction, you see.
It is so wonderful. Yeah,
but I'd like to say that music is just what the divine has given us to express this oneness, but it exists in anything that you do.
Anything,
absolutely anything. You can really, like Shimataji would always tell us, that you can find Saj Yoga in everything, and I really feel that when you bring yourself to a state of meditation, and whatever you do in your life, you can really find ways and methods to find some path or some way to integrate this grand goal to unify humanity under spirituality through whatever you do, whether that be science or some kind of art or something that you do for a living. It could just be a very simple thing, but very powerful. It's just, for us, there's something special about music which allows us to kind of touch on things. Something I think I mentioned this the first time I was on here, but music and my spirituality have kind of been paths that I've taken together, and I've found so many analogies or like connections that are the same in both of the worlds. Just in how we were talking about how in the Indian classical music we connect with these ragas, the same can be said about just our meditations as well. It's really the same thing. We're exposing ourselves to the divine to let that power flow through. It's not, whenever we're playing the music, we're never feeling I'm creating it. It's not something that that we have very much say over it. It's something that we just open ourselves to be a channel for the great qualities of the music. And so the same thing in our meditations is that when we meditate, we're bringing ourselves to those divine qualities within ourselves. And when we come into meditation, we open those out more and more. And we are essentially a channel for all of that. These are kind of the beautiful things that, or like the beautiful connections that you can have between music and spirituality. And I feel like you can do this for many different fields and disciplines. It's just we happen to be musicians in front of you right now. but I encourage you, whatever you're doing in your life, try to bring the state of meditation into it, and you'll start to see things open up more and more.
Beautiful, very nice, very nice. So then, shall we pause over here and we can listen one more raga? Yeah.
Rishi, would you like to sing something?
Okay. Let's have an evening of just Rag Bhairavi, because there's so much to explore in this rag. And in the Indian philosophy, the mother is the one who creates. And so in this Rag Bhairavi, you can see all of creation within it when you go deep enough into the rag. And so that creation has created so many songs, so many other ragas also, and sometimes it's integrated other ragas into itself too. And so what I'm inspired to sing today is again directed to the mother, and it establishes the mother within our heart, that she is enthroned there, and she is even the sounds, the beating of the heart. She is that. And these three channels, the left side, the right side, and the center, she is that. And she is the joy of the whole world. This is in Bengali. আমার হৃদি কমল মঞ্চে দলে খরাল বদনিশ আমার হৃদি কমল মঞ্চে করাল বদনি শ্যামা। মন পবনে ধুলাইছে আমার, মন পবনে ধুলাইছে দেবশ রজনী মা গো আমার হৃদি কমল মঞ্চে করালো বদনি শ্যামা। ईड़ा पिंगला नमा सुषुम्ना मनोरमा ईड़ा पिंगला नमा सुषुम्ना मनोरमा तारि मध्य गथा श्यामा तारि मध्य गथा श्यामा ब्रह्मा सनातनी আমার হৃদি কমল মঞ্চে দলে করালো বদনি অধীর অধীর কি শোভা হয়েছে গায় অধীর অধীর কি শোভা হয়েছে গায় কাম আদি মোহ যায় কাম আদি মোহ যায় হেরিলে অমিনী আমার হৃদি কোমল মঞ্চে দলে করালো বদনি যে দেখেছে মায়ের দোল সে পেয়েছে মায়ের কোল যে দেখেছে মায়ের দোল সে পেয়েছে মায়ের কোল রাম প্রসাদের এই বল রাম প্রসাদের এই বল ঢোলা মারা বাণী আমার হৃদি কমল মঞ্চে দোলে করালো বদনি করালো বদনি করালো বদনি
Wonderful. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, Rishi. You know what? I want to tell you. I don't know what is the meaning of this raga, but it put me so much into depth. And when I reach into deep connection with my spirit, and of course into oneness, which is the supreme power, and with Shiradi Shakti also, and always tears comes from my eyes. It was so wonderful. So, what is the meaning?
The meaning. So this is Bengali, and so it's from northeast India, and Bengalis are known for a form of music called Shema Shongit, and those poems are directly to the mother, Sri Adi Shakti. And so they're used to worship the mother every day, and they call upon the mother in every single aspect of life. And then this one in particular describes the Adi Shakti through our subtle system, and that she's in all the channels protecting us, and she is completely there within you, completely there.
Yes, even we don't understand, but we feel it, and
Exactly, that's the beauty of music.
it is beautiful. And of course, not only the singing, with the playing with the flute, it was a wonderful integration to feel actually to this oneness together. And I don't know how much you play together besides all those programs, but I think you always play together and sing, right? Am I right? You do?
No. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
But no, we have our own meditations and practices. Because we just have different schedules, and then we come together for these programs, and then
things
come together.
Things come together. Also.
It's very spontaneous. It's very spontaneous. But no, Rishi and I, we even though our physical lives are apart, we're always together. So no matter the distance, no matter the time we spend apart, we always come together, and we know how to communicate with music.
One yogi described it as like the relationship between Balaram and Shri Krishna. It's very interesting, what other people see, but it's true. Yeah, we're always one in music.
Yes.
Yeah.
It feels like you are twins. Are you twins?
No,
we're 3 years apart.
Okay, 3 years apart. Okay.
See, I told earlier, Sandeep, sorry, I hope I didn't interrupt. So when I met one of the platform, Nirmal and Rishi, but of course when I was watching them, so they were not in this. Of course, they were exactly looking same style of the bear and the hair, and then I thought, oh, maybe they are twins. And so when I was trying to reach both of them, and finally I reached Nirmal, and then I asked the same question to him. So yeah, so you look like of course you are brothers, and but we can tell that you look like twins. Yeah.
Is your mother tongue Bengali by any chance?
No.
It's like so good.
we just love singing. Like I can't practice. I can't finish my practice of singing every day without singing at least one Bengali song. It's just it's a language that I feel really, really connected with for some reason.
Exactly, it's so deep. It was so beautiful. It felt like you are like a native speaker of Bengali.
But also, I know that your father is Indian, right? And your mother is is American. And can I ask what language your father speaks? Not Bengali?
Oh
no!
So our father, he's actually a third generation Fijian. So
Oh, sorry.
So no, but the family goes back to, and there's a lot of Indian roots in his family, and that has to do with history of how the British moved a lot of Indians to Fiji, but no, they speak a different form of Hindi there.
Different dialect.
It's like a slang kind of Hindi.
It's a mixture of tons of different dialects.
Yeah.
Not Bengali though.
Yeah. No, Bengali.
So do you know that language?
No.
I can
no.
understand a little bit.
Oh, you
but-
mean the Hindi?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but I've never really spoken it normally. But, yeah.
Okay, yes, okay. So, I have a question to both of you. You both born in Sahaj family, and you raised with the Sahaj values and Sahaj principles, which are the Sahaj dharmas. And as a young age, how did you apply all those Sahaj principles during your school time? And in your with your peers, with your friends, and so can you please tell us, was it easy or was it so difficult? And how did you apply? How did you manifest all those principles within and also out?
Oh, yeah, Rishi, maybe you have a lot of beautiful stories of bringing it into your education.
Let's
which is
see.
Amazing.
So, first thing I want to say is that it's something that we grew up as children hearing every single morning at 6:30. Our mother would wake us up with the Ganesha Tarvashirsha, with a particular recording. And that recording goes something like this. The first few lines. Om Namaste Ganapataye Tvameva Pratyaksham Tattvamasi Tvameva Kevalam Kartasi Tvameva Kevalam Kartasi त्वमेव केवलं हर्तासि त्वमेव साक्षादात्मासि नित्यम्. So, I remember waking up to this every single day, every single weekday without fail, before going to school.
Do you want to continue it? I mean,
and so that specific recording of Ganesha Tarvashirsha, the Ganesha Tarvashirsha is what it is doing in the literature is that it's calling to our attention that divinity is within every single atom of creation, and it brings our attention to that. So imagine a little boy of 3 or 4 years old waking up and hearing this. And so that specific recording of Ganesha Tarvashirsha has always been just kind of reverberating in my whole entire life. And it has really set the root for my whole entire attention. And so, and as Nirmal said, you begin to find Sahaja Yoga in everything. So when I started studying at university, I've always had this base, this Ganesha Tarvashirsha, this reminder of the divinity of creation. And I was always trying to bring that out in my studies. I was always trying to see Sahaja Yoga in everything that I do. And so I think it's just a few months back, I was taking a Buddhism course, a course on Buddhism. And you know that Sri Buddha exists here. And so every morning, just like the Ganesha Tarvashirsha, I would meditate upon Sri Buddha and just ask him to guide me through understanding his teachings and imbibing them. And so then one day I was approached by one of my classmates, and he says, "How do you know so much? how do you know so much about everything?" That's exactly how he worded it. He's like, "You know so much about religion. You know so much about Chinese. You know so much about all this." He's like, "How is this possible?" And so then I told him about the philosophy of life that I have, and meditation, and how our parents raised us. And he said, "Wow, that is amazing." And you could see that it put him into thoughtless awareness, and we were staring into each other's eyes for a few moments. And in that moment, I could see a spark in his eyes that wasn't there before.
Wow.
And he said, "We'll talk after class." And so then, yeah, meditation. Meditation happened. And so every time I go into university or into a school environment, that is actually the place where all the meditations that I have manifest. I have such deep meditations at home, and I can have them. They bring tears to my eyes. But it's when I go out of the door, that I feel that my meditations are completely fulfilled. And it's present within everyone I meet. There's just something there, because everyone has this kundalini within them. It's just waiting to be awakened. And so when you have your attention on every single person in your life, when you have your attention on that, things work out. I remember I'm in humanities. I study Chinese language and culture. That's what I do. And that's a whole different spontaneous story. That was kind of just like divinely planned. I didn't, at the beginning of my life, I didn't know that I was going to go into this, but it's turned out to be such a perfect medium for me to express Sahaja Yoga in, and to express its ideals through all my essays and things. And when I write essays too, it has that basis of Ganesha Tarvashisha. It has that basis that I'm writing this essay for my professor's kundalini.
Wow.
And so there was one capstone project a year ago. I was talking about Zen and thoughtless awareness in my essay. And I was 4 pages in, and I had to write 12 pages. And and this was the last day. This is the last day I had to hand it in. So then I said, okay, I'm writing about Zen. I need to be in thoughtless awareness. I need to transfer this state. So then I just meditated for 2 hours. And then I just told the Kundalini, just please guide me through this. And I got those 12 pages done in an hour.
Oh wow.
And at that moment, I wasn't writing, I was witnessing my fingers going through the keys, and all I remember happening was that when I finished the essay, I just reached meditation.
And in Chinese you were writing, right?
We're not doing that yet. We'll do that eventually, but not now. We're just kind of absorbing information now.
Yes.
But yeah, so it's always had this basis, and it enlightens every single thing that you do, because all the qualities, all this innocence, all this creativity, all the peace, all the compassion, all the collectivity, all the forgiveness, it's already there. And it's these qualities that make up the human being. And so when we meditate, we are filling ourselves with that. And when we step out of our door, that's when we have to give those qualities. We have to give our state of meditation to everyone. It's not only for myself.
Very nice. As a reflector, right?
It's a reflector.
Beautiful, beautiful. But it's so beautiful. I can give it connection between, from the beginning of your childhood and till this age. and you grow up to listen the Shri Ganesha Tara Sharsha, but when the time came to read yourself, and this principle of Shri Ganesha's, the joy, the purity, and the wisdom, and the discretion, and that humbleness. Of course, the humbleness comes from the Shri Ganesha, right? And that purity. And so you grow up with this, and then you apply. I mean, just naturally it applied to your subtle system, and of course in your whole life, in your mind, in your attention, in your heart, and that you are able to reflect this beauty of this connection of the joy of the divine, and of course to this the knowledge that you say that when I meditate, and then my meditation continues in my daily life, that I'm able to reflect this, and in their eyes, in their behavior, right? And this is so wonderful. It's amazing that only I think when our root, which is the Muladhara chakra, is very strong, I think that we can definitely, only with this connection of the Muladhara, that we can really be a good reflector of the divine. With everything, with our voice, with our behavior, with our attention, with our music, and with the knowledge, of course. So
it's so important also to realize and to remind ourselves that meditation doesn't end when you get up from your seat and you walk away. It continues, and when it continues, miracles happen. And so with that, I'll ask Nirmal to share a bit of his stories. Just anything.
Yeah. No, I mean, since you were just talking about, like, I mean, I suppose education and everything, for me it was there was quite a bit of a more of a struggle to come to a point where you could, like, connect both the things, like bring the Saj life into the education and career that I had, because I'm actually in IT. I'm not a musician as a career.
None of us study music.
Yeah, we both don't study music. Or I mean, like, officially.
Not officially.
But in that, I was surrounded by a lot of people who were very career oriented. They weren't really, like, most of them were just atheists, and they just wanted to get in and make a lot of money. And so for me, the whole entire thing that I was studying was tainted a little bit with that. You know, I was always questioning. I was like, oh man, like, if I can't express Saj Yoga through this education, like, what is it worth? And at the time, I was getting so much more deeper into the music and playing for Saj programs. And that's the thing that I could really connect with and feel like, oh, I was making a difference in people's lives. But you know, after a while of just meditating on it more, I ended up, and like really when I actually started working, I ended up realizing that, oh wait, like I forgot just the basics of what I'm studying. Like so in IT, we're dealing mostly with the ether and electricity for communication, and both those qualities actually manifest in ourselves as well. Like when we were just in the meditation clearing out all of the right side, we're using the ether element, and this is the same ether that holds the cellular waves, Wi-Fi, radio, all of these things that facilitate you know, IT communication abroad. And then also another chakra that's involved a lot with IT is just like lightning, electricity, and that exists as a quality of the left Vishuddhi chakra. And so what I started doing, once I recognized that in my work, I just said, let me use this to understand everything. Let me just scrap everything that I learned and just through my subtle system try to feel what's happening and how to solve and gain the knowledge of all of this. And then through that, I like in my career, I work for a city, so we kind of work on all the infrastructure that goes on with supporting that like the police and the fire and everything, and all the communication that happened is in between. So whenever I come across a problem or anything, I just try to work it out through those elements in myself. If my brain is working too hard and I'm overthinking and like I'm hitting a block, I just start working on this and it ends up clearing out, and miraculously all of it just works. And so I suppose this is an example of just that. When you bring your attention, and how Rishi was saying, when you are bringing your meditation outside of that point where you're sitting down, you start to bring your attention to a place where you can say, oh, maybe there's a different way to do this, or where's my attention? Vibrations can work out a lot of things. Maybe I can use vibrations to work this out. And like this was a very like simple example, and like maybe a very mundane example of just daily life, but you can use it everywhere. Sahaja Yoga is very multifaceted. It has the depth, but then also just like the joy of just solving the silliest problems. Oh man! Like I remember, one uncle was telling me a story about how he was at an international gathering, a puja, where a lot of Sahaja Yogis were together, and he was head of transport, and he locked the keys in his car, and he was extremely stressed out. He couldn't find a locksmith or anything, and so then he was just frustrated. He just laid down on the grass. He was just like, oh man, like I have no idea what to do. And he ended up hearing people like, okay, well, maybe let's give it a bandhan or something, or like maybe let's just work it out with vibrations. And so then he was hearing this conversation going on. He's like, oh man, it's not gonna happen. And then he hears all this cheering happen, and he's like, wait. He gets up, and they literally just tried to, with vibrations, raise the lock of the car, and they opened the car just with vibrations. Which is just hilarious.
And the car opened.
Yeah.
The car opened. The car.
Yeah, they opened the car with like giving abundance, and just giving vibrations to the car.
Wow.
So it's just it's very funny how Sahaja Yoga works on just so many levels. And it's just all, just enjoy it all, try to bring into everything and just enjoy every single second of it.
Yeah. It is, but also this is so wonderful story. I mean, like you never think that how the door of the car will open with this, and that there is no car key, but the vibrations, and what is there beyond that? I mean, so what is the absolute power? And these people who were giving bandhan, and they had such a faith and a surrender with it. They know that this power, the supreme power, how it will work, and without any doubt. So you gave us such a beautiful example, actually. So the faith and the surrender, when we have this faith, there should be no any doubt, right?
Yeah.
So that is a beautiful example. I hope everyone could able to see this beauty of this story, and how this beauty of the power of the supreme power, this divine power, how it works when we don't put our mind, when we don't put our fear within us, in our heart, in our mind, in our attention. So without any fear, and we know that this divine power will work within us and out also. We have to, I think this is a beautiful example for being faithful and surrender to this supreme power or divine power. That's so nice story.
That's actually a wonderful point about just having the faith in this power, because I've heard before, like a lot of seekers, when they're first getting into Sahaja Yoga, they're very much overly stressed about how to work out particular issues that they have. And like a lot of it initially will come down to the faith of surrender that happens. And faith is part of that surrender, is that you trust that the divine has all of the powers to solve any problem. Literally the pinky of the Adi Shakti has enough power to recreate the universe thousands of times. So having that that understanding deep within, and it allows for that surrender to just work out much more. And it can be a car lock, or it could be your subtle system. It's the same thing. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. The local of our chakras, which is blocked, right? So that we have to allow us to manifest this divine power as your flute, right? So this is the story of the Shri Krishna's flute. I mean, this we all know, but I love this. And whenever we all feel, I think we have to always feel like flute of Shri Krishna, that where the flute player, where they put their mouth. I don't know what is the place that called the proper way. Yes, so that is our mind, right? And but if we block our mind with all those fear, all those condition, all those we can say the thoughts, and the past thoughts and the future thoughts. But of course we have some education, right? We have some careers, we have some position. We know that we know everything maybe, but when that is the fault, yeah. So when we have this illusion in our mind, and we blocked our Sasrara, we block our Brahmarandra, and we don't allow to the supreme power to allow to work on us, on our subtle system, and that the voice of the divine power, which is the vibration, cannot flow within us. So that is I think we all have to leave all those the conditioned mind, all the fears, and all egos or pride, whatever we have, and just we need to surrender that this supreme power, this is the divine power with the vibrations can flow, and whatever we have blockage in our chakras, and we need to allow washes away by touching of the Kundalini, Mother Kundalini, and of course through our spirit. This is a beautiful story, and thank you so much for sharing, Nirmal. It's so wonderful. And so you gave us so many different, the tips by knowledge, by experience, by memories, and not only the music, but it really helps us to go to more deep and understand this knowledge of the divine. And so
I hope that whatever we got to share today touched some people in some way. Yeah, Rishi and I have, I think one thing I'd like to say is that all these experiences you'll have for yourself.
Of course.
You'll definitely have for yourself. Yes. When you start bringing the meditation into your life more and more, you start to see everything become more orchestrated. Your life becomes more in the hands of the divine, and you start to see these pieces beautifully coming together in ways that you would never expect. And
because when you're in meditation, you are connecting with the 5 elements that are within your soul. And when you're connected with that, when that awakening happens, the elements outside are also awakened, and they're ready to work for your own benevolence.
Oh.
And so that's why this meditation pierces through every single aspect of life, is because of this. Because the 5 elements are everywhere. They're ready to work for you.
Yes. Thank you for reminder, Rishi. Yes, and after the self-realization, and we get connected, all the 5 elements, and so beautifully you say it, Rishi. All the 5 elements are ready to work on you. Just we need to allow it, right? We need to really allow and have that faith that how it works without any doubt, I guess, and without any conditioned mind. I think that is actually that you gave this tip to us, or reminder to us. That's so wonderful, Rishi. Thank you so much. So I know time is running and it's so fast. I know, oh my goodness, it's 11 o'clock. And how about, as I requested from you, both of you, how about we will listen one more raga, if it is okay for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can do something, maybe like Jor.
Oh, Joe?
Yeah. Better be still.
beautiful, beautiful Nirmal and Rishi. It's so hard to leave both of you. It's so wonderful. It's really great pleasure to have you both in our meeting, and it's really joy giving. Your presence, your smiles, your knowledge of your experience, and all those tips and experience, and it really helped a lot, all of us. And it is really joy giving, and it is really inspiring also that about all those experience that you told us, and it really helps a lot for all of us, I believe. And before we say goodbye to each other, I would like to hand over to yogis right now, whoever is in the meeting right now, if they would like to say anything to both of you. And now their turn.
Such a beautiful music. I felt very cool and a lot of vibrations from my sahasrara. Was it santoor? Is it santoor? Yeah, my goodness, my favorite instrument. Whenever I do conduct meditations, I always put santoor behind.
That's amazing.
Wonderful,
because
wonderful.
yeah,
Even the flute was just mind blowing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Really, Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji.
And thank you from me too. This is Sandeep, and I think I'm going to take that YouTube and show it to my daughters who are younger. And I think this new generation also needs to watch YouTube, because you represent the new generation and how you imbibe Sahaja Yoga. So it will be very inspiring to them also, I feel. Thank you again. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri
Jai Shri
Mataji.
Mataji.
Such a wonderful harmony, beautiful music. Thanks so much. Hello.
Hello, uncle.
How are you, my dears? It's so wonderful.
We are very
well.
It's so lovely to see you, uncle.
Oh my God. It's so great to listen your wonderful music. Oh, and it's so inspiring to listen your stories. We are so blessed and we are so lucky to have you guys.
Oh, thank you, uncle.
Sending so much love. Jai Shri Mataji.
Oh, you too. Jai Shri Mataji.
Tristanio, we are waiting for you. Oh, I think you are mute. Oh, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we do.
There we go.
Hi.
Sanyo, brother.
Sorry about that. Didn't realize it was off. I was just saying, Rishi, your story about the 12-page paper it reminded me of a paper that I had to write in April, and it was really giving me a lot of stress and difficulty, and I was struggling so much to get it done. But then I just was inspired at some point that I was like, maybe I should meditate. Maybe that would help. So, because I realized that I was just going to continue banging my head against the wall, and I was not going to get anywhere. So I was like, I'll meditate and see if that helps. So I gave myself half an hour to meditate, and then I went back to my paper, and although it was still filling me with dread and despair, I was able to actually write a lot more that I felt was really good, and I was able to think of things that I wouldn't have thought of, I think, if I'd continued without meditating. So I will definitely remember that for future. And I also want to just continue to allow myself to be inspired by Saj in everything that I do, because I found more and more myself being drawn and to see things from that perspective.
Wow,
Thank you,
wonderful,
Tristanio.
wonderful, Tristanio.
Very nice. Thank you, Tristanio. Where are you from? I mean, which part of United States are you joining the program?
Oh, I'm actually from Canada. I'm in
Canada.
Vancouver.
Wow. Okay, that's so
Yeah,
nice. Very nice.
yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Very
Jai
nice.
Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji, how do you pronounce your name?
Tristanio.
Tristanio. Okay, I was saying correctly. Okay. Very nice to meet you. Jai Shri Mataji.
Nice to meet you too. I'm half Italian, so that's where my name comes from.
Uh-huh. I see. Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Tristanio, thank you so much for joining the program and giving your input. It really helps for everyone, actually. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jai Shri
Thank you for
Mataji. Have a
listening.
good night.
Jai Mataji.
Okay, is there anyone who would like to say anything? I think that's all. Yeah, so thank you, Nirmal and Rishi. And we didn't cover many things, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
Divine had different plans.
I know, it always happens, but I always look in a positive way. This is a nice excuse to call you back. So that is, always, the yogis who are in this program, who always joins the program, they know me. So I always try to find the excuse to bring you back. And but it is really great pleasure to have you again whenever you can. Please do, please come. And you share so many stories with me, and I really want everyone to hear how it will be so helpful. And and of course with your music, your divine music, and we love to meditate with you again with your music. Whenever it is possible, please come and please join to our program.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us. It's such an honor to be. Personally, for me, we just came from a weekend of a lot of programs, like very, very big programs that we had in Vancouver. And so, I was feeling like quite right-sided, like just go. And so I feel very much after just being in the presence of everyone, meditating with everyone, that even for me personally, I feel much more settled after, after this session. So thank you so much for inviting us on.
Please bring your dynamism here also to California.
We have been.
Programs we'll arrange for you.
Oh yes, no. We've been going up and down the coast this year. So.
This year has been a West Coast year.
Yeah, it has been a West Coast year. So you'll definitely see us again.
Definitely.
Waiting to see you both.
It will be so nice, Nirmal and Rishi. I agree with Satish, and your dynamism, the joy. It's really, you are amazing reflector, and especially for the young people, for your generation, and so inspiring, so humbling. And it is right with the joy of divine what you have, not only the music, and just so pure, just flowing, and we just want to be around you with your smile, we just want to listen to you. Is the name what you have. One is Rishi, which is the saint, right? And the Nirmal, which is the pure, and it's really beautiful. And it's like you are reflecting your names as in Turkish culture, and they say that each name who has the name, and they reflect the meaning of this name. I really feel, which with my observation this many years, I'm older than you all, and so each name is really reflects the person, as a personality. It becomes her personality or his personality. And I really wish, this is the Turkish culture wish, if I can try to explain, I really wish to continue this beauty of this quality of what you have in your name, and with the reflect in whole your life as Nirmal, as Rishi. So
what a blessing.
Wow.
I hope I could able
Thank
to
you.
explain and live with your name as Rishi, as pure all the time. Yeah, this is from my heart. Jai Shri Mataji.
Oh wow. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji. I also wanted to welcome Tristanio. If you please come to California, Bay Area, please visit us.
His parents
San
are in
Diego.
California.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to live in San Francisco, or just north of there, so I'll probably be in the area.
Oh, really? Wow.
Everyone's going.
Oh, wow, but we never met you, Tristanio. What year you were living here?
Well, I'm kind of a new yogi. I started Sahaja Yoga after I moved to Vancouver.
I see.
But I was living in San Francisco area from 2009 until 2018.
I see.
Oh, wow.
And I joined
Okay.
Sahaja Yoga in 2019, and I've been practicing since then.
I see. Okay, I see. We never met you. Maybe some of the in our collective, maybe they know you, but Satish and I, we didn't have a chance to meet you. But anyway, we met you now.
Yes, we're meeting now, so I'm sure we'll meet again sometime.
Yes, please.
Definitely.
Yeah, you are always welcome. Whenever you are coming here, just let us know and take our number from Nirmal and just come over visit us.
I would love to.
Yes, always. Yeah, you are always welcome.
Okay.
Okay, have a good night, Tristanio, and I'm so sorry we crossed the time 11:20 right now. But again, Nirmal and Rishi, it was wonderful day, wonderful night for all of us, and of course day for the other people. I know some yogis, some people they are watching from YouTube and from other countries. And for them, of course, day. And thank you so much for giving it time, Nirmal and Rishi, all those beautiful stories. And
Thank you, Jai Shri Mataji. Thank you so much.
Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji. Yeah, Jai Shri Mataji. And have a good night. Have a wonderful day wherever you all are. And lots of love to you all. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji, everyone. Good night.
Mataji.
Thank you so much for having
Thank you
us.
so much.
Thank you so much for your time. Useful meditation. Jai Shri Mataji.
Bye, everyone. Yeah, thanks a lot.